The easiest way to recognize insanity is from the outside. So if this is your path, and if you feel like something is not right, it's time for you to step outside. And you can re-enter if you want, but you might choose not to. What do I mean with this? If we have this experience of suffering and this general feeling that something is not right in society, in ourselves, something is just not working, which I think we all have on one level or another. And if you're willing to go into the truth, it's time to take the buffer away. What is the buffer? The buffer is your phone and social media. The buffer is industrial sugar. The buffer is your coffee. I'm so sorry, I know. I will get to it. The buffer is the dating apps. The buffer is all the unnatural things that we started creating in order to distract ourselves from the truth that we are diverging from our true nature every day, more and more, and it's killing us. We all have different kind of buffers that we use in order to make this existence bearable. And fair enough, I get it, I use them too, but I use them with awareness. And when the time comes, when we want to go deeper into the truth, into our truth, we will be able to take away one buffer at a time. For me, the first buffer actually was coffee. And I totally understand if this is the point where you want to stop watching the video, because I was obsessed with coffee. It was my personality. Like, I just love good coffee so much. The taste, obviously the feeling, going for a coffee with friends, going for a coffee walk, having my morning coffee, having my afternoon coffee, like all the things. And for months, I saw myself when I was meditating, I was tuning into like a different timeline, and I kept seeing myself drinking tea all day, and I was like, but don't take away my coffee. I mean, that's kind of rude, right? And then at some point, my body just wasn't really craving coffee so much anymore, which was very weird. So I was like, okay, if it's not even craving it, maybe I'll just stop for like a few days and see what happens, right? What happened was everything changed. I didn't think coffee had such a big impact on my nervous system. And like, it makes sense now that I say it. I know, like, obviously it's going to make you more anxious. Yeah, whatever. I can handle it, right? It's just one a day, or maybe two, or maybe three. But like, it made the biggest difference. The person that I met getting off of coffee is so much more peaceful, so much more resilient. And I realized how many times I'm using coffee to override my body's signals of being tired, of being not in alignment, of being uncomfortable. If you need your coffee to wake up in the morning, there might be something wrong with the structure of your life. I'm sorry to say it. I was there, like, I'm not saying, oh my God, like, I know I was there, but I was not happy. And the coffee was just like this buffer to help me deal with the life that I didn't want to live. And when I took the coffee away, I was like, damn, I'm not happy with this. So I started changing it because I couldn't go back to the buffer. I had seen it. So I started creating a different life for myself, a different routine, something that I look forward to in the morning that's not spiking my anxiety. What a concept. And something else that I realized that's kind of weird, but a lot of times when I went for coffee dates with friends or even like dating, I went for the coffee more than the conversation. I was more excited about the coffee than the conversation. And the result of me not drinking coffee anymore is a lot of those things fell away. But I don't miss them. The other thing that is a very common buffer in our society is sugar and processed foods. We are bombarded by them. They are marketed to us. They are literally designed in the perfect way for us to get addicted to them and to trigger the parts of our brain that cannot stop eating them, even though there's no nutrient value. It's so scary to think about the ways that human intelligence are being used to manipulate us. into doing things that are not good for us. But that's another thing. But yeah, sugar and processed foods, I think that's also something that I have a lot of experience with. For the majority of my life, I learned that the only way to regulate my nervous system was to eat sugar or carbs. Nothing wrong with sugar and carbs, obviously. If your body craves them and you're actually hungry, that's great. If you're doing it because you are uncomfortable in a situation, or you feel overstimulated, or you're pushing yourself beyond your boundaries and you're hurting yourself, then it's not a good way to deal with it. It's what I learned. It's what most of us learn, because most of us are not familiar with techniques to calm our nervous system, right? It's just not something that we're taught in school or by our parents. And it's nobody's fault. But if you are an adult, it is your responsibility to take life into your own hands. We cannot keep blaming things on our parents or the school system forever. I mean, we can, but I don't think it's going to change anything. It's always easier to play victim than to play creator, but creator is more native to us. If we step into being the creator, we will feel how natural this role is to us, really. So, sugar and processed foods. You're being overstimulated, you're eating it, you're calming down. That's one way to soothe the nervous system, and it works. The downside is that you don't feel connected to your body, and you are harming yourself from the inside out. And you might be, like I was, so incredibly disappointed with yourself, so mad at yourself. So much of my self-hate came from these things that I did to soothe myself, because it was just programmed into my body from a very young age. And once I woke up to it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm overstimulated. Wait, am I highly sensitive? Wait a minute. That makes sense. Okay. Highly sensitive or not, if you're being overstimulated, that's your body telling you something, and you can work with it, and you can start regulating your nervous system with different techniques, and you can calm down, take a break, take a breath. I know we don't always have like half an hour for like meditation or whatever. I'm not saying that you need to stop your life. I'm saying find ways to take care of yourself that are actually nourishing yourself. The last thing that I got rid of in the past weeks was social media. And that's where I'm going to lose most of you. That's where you would have lost me a month ago. I was like, well, but I'm like making art, I'm making music, I need to be on the socials, I need to be present, okay, stop shitting yourself. It's not what's happening. You can find ways to be on social media without being on social media. What I started doing is using automations. I have this AI tool. I upload my stuff. It distributes it. I don't look at it. Done. So what is the reason that we are on social media? Well, it's a good buffer. Any time that we feel boredom, anxiety, uncomfortable, anger, we can just go and look at something like a reel or another. And again, obviously, these apps are designed so incredibly well to make us stay on the platform, because that's how they make money. There's this great quote, I think it's Carl Newman who said it: if an app is free, you are the product. Couldn't be more true. They are selling your attention to marketers. And there's nothing wrong with that inherently. We can choose if we want to take part in it or no. But the other thing that I realized is all of the data that's coming through with the reels, because they're all so highly emotional, like they have to evoke emotional reactions, otherwise we wouldn't stay on the platform. The thing is, you are like, your brain is working with it, right? You're constantly thinking about these things. If you are aware of it or not, it's happening. So as soon, and I mean within the first 24 hours of me deleting the apps from my phone and not looking at them anymore, I realized, oh, wait, my life is, I feel so much peace. And I think I want to see people in real life. I think I want to do something. I think I want to call my friend. I think, and that can be another buffer. Like, don't get me wrong, we have to be aware. But I realized only by taking it away and stepping outside of it, how much energy it was sucking from me. I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I was lying to myself. And then when you look at it from the outside, it's easier to see what's happening. And I'm not saying that everybody has take the same measures and that this is the way to go. I'm just saying that for me, in my experience, it really helps to face with the truth. Like, okay, if I take away all the buffers, if I take away all of the ways that I can distract myself from this feeling of being uncomfortable in my life, in society, with the people that I spend time with, if I take it all away, I can look at myself, I can look at my life. And that's really scary. And it's so worth it. It's your life. Don't waste it. You can never really waste it. Like, you will come back in another body. But I mean, while you're here, why not see what's behind the veil, right? And that's the veil. The veil is the sugar. The veil is the alcohol. The veil is the social media. The veil is all the things that we were taught are enjoyment, but they're actually distraction and destruction. And sometimes I feel like I'm going insane. But if your quest is to face insanity, you have to step outside of the system, to look at it from the outside, to see, is what society at large and me, is what we're doing sane or is it insane? I think it's insane. I think normal and being normal and living a normal life is not necessarily sane. And we have free will. We have choice. We can choose making a change. And the things that I said are available to everyone. It's not some fancy wellness thing that you need to buy. It's actually reducing the input, reducing the buffer, reducing the distraction from your emotions and from your innate knowing that something is just not right. It's so funny to think about it. Like, I really don't miss it. I was so obsessed with funny reels. Like, I would send them to my friends all day, every day. And it was kind of my love language. But I'm not missing it, you know? It's very, very empty. And my life now, even when I just go like walk in the park, reality seems more real to me. Like, I see things differently and I see things that wasn't possible for me before. And I'm not sure what exactly the reason is for these things, but I think one thing that I'm really happy about for myself is that I was brave enough to slowly start taking away the buffers. And of course, there's more buffers. YouTube is a buffer. Creating content could be a buffer. Talking to friends could be a buffer. I think, as with everything, it's about awareness. If you choose to engage in something that's not necessarily healthy for you, but you do it with intention, I think that's a different energetic quality than just doom scrolling your life away. And like I said, no blame, no shame. Like, I'm new to the game of removing the buffer. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying these things are designed perfectly for a reason. And they are making us dumber. And they are taking away the energy that we need to think for ourselves. And to take part in life, to be a human being, to grow friendships and community, and to live authentic lives that might be different from the mainstream. There's never a crowd on the leading edge. And you can choose where you want to stand. But if there's one thing that you can take away from the video, I would love for it to be that you're becoming aware of when you're using things as a buffer, when you're automatically grabbing for things, or like grabbing your phone, grabbing the sugar because something in you is just like, uncomfortable or dysregulated. And then you can start choosing, do I still want to engage, or do I want to do something different? With that being said, your attention is so valuable. Your clarity is so valuable. Your sanity is so valuable. Dare to step outside, to see what is real. My name is Veda. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.